This is my quick, down and dirty guide for my Spectre Necromancer, Wretched Defiler, and Spirit of Fortune eye cancer of a build that has just been so much fucking fun to play that I need to share. It's been years since I've done a build guide video or build guides for the forums at all. And back then I was just completely anonymous. So yeah, now I mean, well, obviously there's still a tiny little bit of anonymity, but I wanted to be able to bring this out and share a bit of my love for what you can do with energy shields and having a lot of fun. I hope you'll forgive me for my complete microphone. Let's start though. I want to talk a little bit about gear and what's important in the links. So let's start with the links and the gear. Um, this is, you can obviously push things farther. I would say budget so far I put in about, eh, oh god, I guess you could estimate 12 to 15 divine. You could obviously go so much farther, especially considering Awakened Spell Echo is just ridiculous. We'll get back to that in a few minutes though. With the links, I'm doing my race Spectre. Right now it's at a 26 level total with Spell Echo, and I have Awakened Minion damage. Empower, giving us that extra level support, pierce, and returning projectiles. Um, Obviously the quality on my minion damage is annoying, I'm aware. That sucks a little bit. Uh, um, I didn't let's see. Next, with Blight, I am investing so much into it. I love it, and I have a few videos where I've been clearing some that I just stored, and there'll be more coming up where I'm doing more in-depth just grinds on Blight. But I like to use Malediction because the Wretched Defilers are so incredible for clear speed. Um, they're so much fun to play with, and I'll typically set up a tower near the pump that boosts the player effectiveness. I'm pretty sure that covers your minions. If I'm wrong, please comment, let me know. I would love to hear some feedback on that if it is a wrong thing, but that's just something I've been doing. Regardless, I like that it makes enemies take more damage, and the defilers can stack up on that. Um, with the amulet, I have Whispers of Doom, so I can dual curse and a minimum endurance charge just to give another layer of defense. The other uh, just boosts my chilling towers for blight. And yeah, there's the one roll here with the physical attack damage leached his life is a bad roll. So you know I could put in some more money to get a more perfect thing there. But overall, I mean, they're about like 80%, 80 to 90% perfect. So I needed to have an unset ring for Convocation to get it out of the way for my other links. Um, there's arguments to be made if you want to put in the work to do the Squire setup and try to 7 to 10 link the Spectres, which would be fun. Um, a major con I will give to the build right away is that it I call it eye cancer just for how ridiculous the VFX are for it, but it's actually kind of problematic for the uh, well, you can see for yourself. It's fucking eye cancer, and it does test the graphics card, or I don't know, the server plus limits, especially when I start casting curses as well. It can freeze things up. But the downside of doing the Squire setup is you lose your energy shield potential that you can stack with. So that can be a little bit difficult um, to try to bargain with. But I'm using a rejuvenation totem and desecrate, obviously. I stacked up my ghastly eye jewels to give me total freeze immunity, which is just fucking awesome. And we'll get down to freeze in just a minute. Um, with the boots, and I want to try to get something just a little bit better in this slot, but um, I'm doing automation and steel skin currently to give myself another defensive layer. Um, Flame Dash for my movement and Flesh Offering for their speed. I've been debating on that to play around with different offerings, but that's just been amazing so far. For my curses, I'm doing Bane for application and Hex Bloom, which is incredible, especially for Delve and instances where you can just cast it once and it just goes like a rippling wave where it'll just flow all the way down the tunnel if there's enough enemies. Enfeeble gives us a major layer uh, of defense, while conductivity just boosts the Spectre so much. And you have to go for equality on Bane because it has a less effect. Um, so having the increased to at least give some sort of pushback on the lower cost there is important. I wanted to play originally with the idea of using Soul Rend, Curse on Hit, and GMP with one curse, say Enfeeble. Uh, but and then using a unset ring with the curse to support um, the dual curse application, but it wasn't reliable enough and speedy enough. And Soul Rend is amazing, especially if you want to put on an AoE application. Uh, and it is important when I was considering damage for the build as well, due to how we're going to do the tree, and I'll get back to that in a moment as well. But you definitely need to have the quality there. The belt is pretty solid though. I'm honestly very happy with it. For the flasks, with having Chaos Inoculation, we're immune to Chaos damage, which is fucking awesome. Um, but to stack up defense as well, I'm just using the Elemental Flask to boost the maximum resistances primarily. But getting the crafted regeneration, since all life regen is applied to ES, is just key to trying to keep sustainability and survivability as high as possible. the so just the instilling orbs I used have set up so that I activate the Topaz Flask, and it'll activate the Ruby Flask automatically, so I get a 2 for 1 if I need to. But this one will automatically hit to start staunching, essentially, for bleeding effects. Um, I'm immune to freeze, but if I become chilled, this will automatically negate the chill as well, as long as I have charges. So stopping bleeding, corrupted blood, no freeze, stopping chill, it's all contained pretty well. And the quartz flask just helps for those oh shit moments, or if you're delving, being able to move quickly and just get through packs so you stay safe. It's pretty awesome, and since life regeneration goes to ES, having consecrated ground wherever we want to put it is pretty essential too for survivability. So pretty much all of the tools here are for just survivability alone, that they're not, we're not really, and this will come into effect for our damage, but that's extremely late on the... So I want to quickly go over the passive tree, some notable things, and talk about defenses really quickly. Uh, you do see the 109% freeze avoidance down at the bottom over here, and you might think that the movement speed is a little slow, but when you consider the clear speed of the Wretched Defilers, you're not having to stop and fight. You're just moving, looting, they're doing work, you're casting Convocation a while, and once in a while to blast, but you're not having to stop, so it actually moves incredibly swiftly. Uh, and the energy shields, you can easily, comfortably get to 12 to 14k with this setup that I have. Um, I'm just, I need to tweak things and invest a little bit more to get up there. The regeneration per second is 2096 per second. However, if you consider the when all of the buffs are active, which that's not, a number to scoff at necessarily, it does pop up to over 3k per second on the regen. And then we also have Ghost Reaver working as well, which just feeds into the loop with everything else. Um, so, we do have Ghost Reaver over here, so the cast speed of the Wretched Defilers and how fast those attack spells go off, it just makes the energy leeching plus regeneration feel almost like Vol Pact, like pseudo. It's hilarious to play with. And having Chaos Inoculation, of course, for Chaos immunity. Um, this, I don't... the Spectres are obviously capped on their movement speed, but the Onslaught on kill plus the Flesh Offering, it just makes the cast speed ridiculous. I need to look into that, but yeah, but that's the idea, is at least having the cast speed just through the fucking roof. I am using energy from within to transform some of the life notables into energy shield, and being able to convert that to something more usable for the build. And for the Ascendancy, going Commander of Darkness, Essence Glutton, Mindless Aggression, and Bone Barrier. Let's see. Over here, I am currently at Righteous Army at 94. By 96, I want to take Spiritual Aid, and that's where it loops back into the earlier conversation about when I was comparing Soul Rend with its auto-pierce quality to Bane, and how the minion damage will also tie into what I'm going to apply. So given how fast the clear speed is already, when I consider that I'm going to add more damage myself in a couple levels still, it's kind of crazy that there's still some room to grow. And with Awakened Spell Echo, that'll just take things farther. Uh, with Watcher's Eye, I got 2 out of the 3 that I wanted. You could obviously take things farther. The theoretical would be something like this, um, where you have the clarity roll as well. Uh, However, I have not been able to get that for myself, so if you can, then you are luckier than I am. Another amazing reason to include this setup specifically with having a Spirit of Fortune is it grants a Wrath aura, which is just awesome because it doesn't cost anything for you. And it has an aura for Spirit's Blessing, so lightning damage is lucky, and that's what the Wretched Defilers do, is they cast a lightning projectile spell. So those together, they help the Defilers just to tear things up. It's completely worth it to have one support Spectre that's boosting 7 versus just having an 8th shooter. So it's 9,000% worth it to go for the Spirit of Fortune. It can also be quite hilarious at times, because I ran into rear fights such as the Black Knight, and for a lot of boss fights, I don't have to move. I can just sit still and do absolutely fuck all. It is wonderful. Um, I did use the well stationary minor god for a while, and it's still a good one, especially if you're confident you can just go into fights and sit still. You're just farming basically. You're not, doing anything too spicy. That's a perfect minor god to use with that. I need to finish that one off as well, so I can just sit there and laugh even more. And right now, though, for the most part, my farming modes, just running around, has been my major for Solaris and minor for Garakon, just to help give that increased layer of survivability for the shocking damage. This is my current default Atlas plan as is. I'm uh, going heavy into Blight. Um, I did take the sturdy construction, however, with the clear capability of the Wretched Defilers, I'm not going for Cassia's Pride. I will be taking Fungal, right, I did take Fungal Horizons. And with Delirium, I've gone for a setup to take those, and I will be going into Searing Exarch on this first tree, but Harbingers are my other big favorite mechanic, so I have a lot of Harbinger investment. Last night I was able to finally finish off the Maven, and I'm including this last segment here just as a fun little bit to chat about the mindset of what you're doing during combat, as well as damn it. be able to showcase just what the build can do and how it operates and moves during boss fights. I've just been running around with my... Oh my god. I have lots of fun little moments. Wait, where's my automation? You bitch. I was not running automation. Okay. Hey, that might even just further show how capable the fucking thing is. So this was the final Maven fight. As you can see, every time you go into an area, they do a mass summon with the Wretched Defilers, which is funny. It's great for blighted maps. But it also gives you plenty... symbol over Hirok, and it's like, okay, what do you got? It gives you plenty of corpses for your regeneration near corpses is boosted. Dear. And that just feeds into the energy shield loop. Oh my god. This is a little... I don't have automation. Holy shit. It's actually kind of amazing I pulled that off. Oh holy gosh. Hell. There's no automation or steel skin guard skill. I hate that I keep going on about that, but it kills me. There were a couple scary moments that could have been avoided. But as you can see, I mean, it's easy to move. I get a lot of regeneration near corpses. I try to put up my regeneration totem as often as possible. Somehow vitality had gotten turned off. That would suck. That did suck, obviously. I was messing with the gear, I believe, and I pulled off some of the gems. Yeah. But as you can see, there's a litter of corpses, so I can detonate as many as I need to, and I still have maxed out. Fuck yeah. Life regen. I can't tell you how happy I am that you've managed to find my video and you've spent some time here to check things out. I would love it if you would follow and subscribe to YouTube so you know when new videos are posted. Follow on Twitch so you know when I'm live. Or you can just join our little Discord server right down there. Um, I post and engage there pretty much daily. And I put up notifications whenever I go live or when new videos hit either the main slash edited and shorts channel or the archive slash live stream channel. So thank you again for your time. I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.